Michelle.
Hi, Sheri.
Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for including me.
So today we're at the West End in St. Louis Park. We are actually in the Marcus Theater lobby, and I thought it would be fun to go for a stroll down the street.
Yeah.
I just love the way they lay it out here, and talk a little bit about not residential real estate today so much, but maybe make a comparison to the two worlds that we're living in between residential and commercial. Talk about some of the commercial space, and then maybe even go into a shop or two.
I am excited to explore.
Me too. Let's go.
So, Sheri, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this particular area is really trying to attract building more of a community. Like, a lot of these spaces that are empty, they're offering them to rent space for like artists, yoga, qigong.
The whole maker culture. There's spaces I see.
Yep.
There's
art galleries,
studios,
and restaurants, so we can always eat.
and restaurants. So in the commercial real estate world, I think it's nice that we're repurposing some of these properties and that we're filling them up.
Yes.
It's sort of interesting to me in the residential world, we have a housing shortage.
Yes.
So everybody's really into their private spaces, and maybe they're on their screens more where they're seeing people, but it's nice to see that these spaces where people can gather are finally starting to fill up, that there's more local businesses, that people are trying different events and different spaces to gather.
Well, and I find it interesting that they actually built newer apartments around this area.
Yes.
And trying to help create places for people to gather and build that sense of community.
Exactly. Especially if their apartment's really small,
Yes.
this will give them more options.
Yes. Okay, Forrest, I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us.
Yeah.
I think I read that you started this venture after propagating. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Tell me more.
Yeah, so I was an elementary school special education teacher. It started during the pandemic as a perseverance project to try something new and persevere as things got hard, just to take some of the stress off of distance learning. And I started a vegetable garden with my students. Some of them loved it, some of them really didn't care, but I was proud of my little peas. And that kind of love and curiosity of plants migrated inside. And then after losing some of my part-time jobs and my summer jobs, I just was really bored, loved plants, so I just started propagating them and selling them out of our garage on Facebook Marketplace, and here we are a few years later.
Wow.
Look at all of this.
I know, there's a lot of plants.
And we hear, or I've seen just from shopping around here, that you do like community events, like you're going to be at the Home and Garden Show, is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Tell us sort of what you'd like to feature here. Like, is it available for rent, or is it organized through the store?
Yeah, so we have a different kind of class selection or event selection that rotates kind of seasonally. So we try to offer some plant-related courses or kind of DIY aspects, as well as bringing in other local businesses and makers to kind of come and sell their products, or also kind of collaborate with us in teaching classes. We've had a few book clubs, kind of a ladies club who came, and we did a little plant 101 class with them. So we kind of can be flexible to whatever. That's one of the beauties of being a small business and not having a boss, is you can kind of just do whatever works. So yeah.
And how long have you been in this location? Because we've been talking about here at the West End how they really are attracting sort of local indie stores that you just don't find in a regular mall.
Yeah, so we've been in this location for about a year and a half.
Okay.
Prior to that, we were across the street and over a few stores in a smaller spot for roughly 2 years. But we've just been really fortunate and grateful for the West End, and it's such a fun space, and there have been so many other fun, cool, unique businesses, and it's fun to get to know other small business owners.
Yeah. Well, keep on doing what you're doing. I love coming here, especially on a winter day or a dreary day. Like, it's beautiful, and you have great selection.
Thank you.
And
Yes.
it's just full of life.
Yes, yes, it is very nice in the winter. My skin is always extra moisturized when it's super dry outside.
Awesome.
We love it here.
Oh, thank you for coming.
Of course.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
Yes.
Thanks for having us. Amy Michelle. Thank you once again for indulging me.
Always a fun adventure.
Always. I look forward to our next adventure.
I'm in.
We'll see you next time on The American Dream.